Have you ever seen a bear fights more than 10 wolves to defend its prey? Or a puma fighting a bear that entered its territory? What if a mother bear risked her life fighting the tiger to protect her offspring? Predators, they have unbelievable strength and speed. If you want to see those moments, you have come to the right place, as we will see 15 unbelievable bear attacks and interactions caught on camera. Number 15. Bear vs Human. Watch this huge bear chase a man on a bike. You can feel the chase because the cyclist has a camera on his helmet. Eventually, the bear loses track of the cyclist and looks around a little more north where it snows and it looks like it's freezing. This man feeds a beautiful polar bear. The bear just wants to eat and isn't trying to harm the man. So I still wouldn't feed a polar bear unless it was a small lone cub. If you get my drift, the polar bear even climbs on the boat a few minutes. Bears will chase people even in trees. And that's exactly what the bear in our next clip is doing. The man is high up in a tree, and the bear's slowly climbing up to join him. What happens after that is between the bear and the man. Number 14. Wild boar. In this video, we can see a bear catches a wild boar from behind. The boar tried hard to free itself, but the bear held the boar so it can stay behind. The bear slowly started biting the wild boar's back viciously. Gradually, the boar began to get tired and finally sat down and made it easier for the bear to beat it. In the end, the boar gave up. In another video, there are several wild boars running because they are being chased by the bear. The bear managed to catch one of them, the baby wild boar. The baby could only scream for help, but no one dared to help him, including his mother. Number 13. Deer. In this video, there are several deer hanging out on the grassy land. Not long after, a mother bear and her baby were seen walking up to the deer. Seeing the bear coming, the deer immediately ran to save themselves. After the distance was close enough, the mother bear immediately ran very fast. Deer are fast, but bears are not inferior to them either. With a body of that size, this is indeed very amazing. They ran quite a distance until the deer fell because his leg tripped by a rock. At that moment, the bear managed to get the deer, and it's game over for the deer. Number 12. Caribou. In this video, there's a caribou in the middle of a big river. At a very far distance, a grizzly bear noticed the caribou and ran towards it. The grizzly bear knows it from a distance because of its extraordinary sense of smell. The bear continued to run even though the caribou's position was very far away, and the caribou was also not standing still but running away. The bear went into the river and got closer to the caribou. The caribou who saw the bear got panicked and he ran back into the river. But it didn't matter. The bear turned around and went back to chase the caribou. The bear was running even faster because he was very hungry, and they were getting closer and closer. Finally, the grizzly managed to catch the caribou. The bear then brought the caribou ashore and enjoyed his dinner alone. Number 11. Bear. In this video, there are two grizzly bears fighting for dominance in order to mate with the female. These two very large bears use their hands to hug and bite each other. Their fight looks very balanced because the size and weight of the two bears are very similar. Whoever wins this battle will have the right to continue his lineage. In the end, these two predators made a truce and chose to return home. Number 10. Wolf. At Yellowstone National Park, there's a grizzly bear enjoying his lunch. Not long after, several hungry wolves came and wanted to ask for their share. Of course, the grizzly was angry and didn't want to share. So the bear then attacked one of the wolves. As time goes by, more and more wolves come around the bear and want to beat it. Despite being surrounded by more than 10 wolves, the bear wasn't afraid and tried hard to defend his food. The wolves tried to attack from various directions, but it didn't go really well because the wolf also scared with the bear. Yes, even though the wolves won in numbers, but if they got caught by the bear, I'm very sure it can turn into snack of the grizzly. After a while, the wolves began to lose hope, and they went away one by one in search of other food. Number 9. Bison. In this video, there's a bison fighting with a bear at the Yellowstone National Park. The bear seemed to be running to avoid bison's attack, but in the end, the bear managed to catch the bison from behind. The bear bit bison's back viciously. The bison looks in pain as he tries to escape. These two big animals continue to fight until they got into the river. In the end, the bison was exhausted and gave up, and the bear got a big lunch for his whole family. Number 8. Tibetan Mastiff. In this video that takes place in the mountains, there's a bear being attacked by 3 Tibetan Mastiff dogs. This bear looked overwhelmed because the 3 dogs were almost the same size as him. The bear even retreated and fell, but these 3 dogs could not beat the bear while running away. The bear occasionally attacked one of the dogs. It turned out that the Tibetan Mastiff was also afraid when the bear attacked. In the end, the bear managed to run away and escape from the 3 dogs. Number 7. Mountain Goat. In this video, there are several mountain goats enjoying the grass on the steep mountains. Suddenly, a grizzly bear rushed towards them. The bear had managed to get quite close to the goats. By the time the goat realized he was coming, the goats immediately ran down the mountain, which was an easy thing for them. The bear also tried to go down the mountain, but because he was not as good as the mountain goat, the bear was left far behind. Not long after, the bear, who failed to get the goats, climbed back up, and again it tried to catch the remaining goats. The mountain goats immediately ran down the mountain. Finally, this poor bear came home with an empty stomach. Number 6. Walrus. In this video, there's a hungry polar bear who is so desperate until it dared to attack the walrus's herd. This is a dangerous move because even just one walrus can injure the bear with its sharp tusks. As it turned out, the walruses, which were win in numbers and larger in size, were scared. When the bear approaching, they tried to save themselves by going into the sea. The polar bear chose one of them and tried to bite it. After trying for a while, the bear struggled to catch the walrus and finally let go of it. The bear then tried to attack another walrus that was about to swim into the sea. While cautiously avoiding the walrus tusk, the bear tried hard to catch the walrus, but unfortunately it missed the opportunity again. Number 5. Salmon. In the Pacific Northwest, and Alaska, salmon are keystone species, supporting wildlife such as birds, bears, and otters. The main reason salmon swim upstream is to ensure the survival of their offspring. Salmon are anadromous, which means they are born in freshwater, migrate to the saltwater ocean for most of their adult life, and then return to freshwater to reproduce. In this video, the grizzly bears gather for an annual event on the river, where salmon swim up against the stream. They all soaked in hunger because they had not tasted fresh salmon in a long time. Not long after, the delicious food that had been waiting for appeared. This is also a challenge for the grizzly, because to catch the salmon, it requires the right speed and timing. Once the time is right, then the parties begin. Number 4. Puma. In this video, a puma is seen observing a black bear who entered his territory. Feeling annoyed, the puma immediately ran to attack the bear. Seeing this, the bear tried to escape by climbing up a tree. The funny thing is, the tree skin fell off while being climbed by the bear, and the bear fell to the ground. In the end, the bear was forced to fight with the puma. They attacked each other quite hard, and the fight was fairly even. After a long fight, the puma finally realized that the bear was a stronger enemy, and it decided to leave. This is a lesson for Puma, who is the real boss. Number 3. Tiger. In this video, there's a sloth bear mother who is fighting a tiger to save her offspring. The offspring takes cover behind its mother, and it can only watch the fight because it's still weak. The fight between these two animals was fairly even, and they both didn't want to give up. Their battle continued for quite a long time. In the midst of very hot weather, the bear almost lost several times because she fell and was locked by the tiger, but she always managed to escape. Each of the animals was injured a lot, and in the end they came to a truce. That's the beauty of a mother's love. Number 2. Seal. In this video, a skinny polar bear is walking around looking for breakfast. It used its famously strong sense of smell, and it turned out to be his lucky day. There's a delicious seal that is sunbathing. Under the warmth of the sun, the bear swam slowly and quietly towards the seal. After being very close to this cute seal, the bear immediately gave the seal a surprise. The seal was shot, and while shaking, he tried to get into the water as quickly as possible. The bear then followed the seal into the water. Not long after it was clear, it's game over for the seal. Finally, a nice breakfast after days of fasting. Number 1. Dog. Black and white video. There's a dog barking because it sees something in the dark. As it got closer, it became clear that it was a fairly large bear. Amazingly, this dog didn't run away even though it wasn't tied up by its owner. The bear walked closer and closer to the dog while the dog kept barking at it. It's a tense situation, as I can't imagine what would happen if the bear attacked the dog mercilessly. The dog remains unmoved from its place and is ready with all the consequences. Luckily, the bear seemed to be lazy to fight, and it left the dog. That's all 15 unbelievable bear attacks and interactions on camera. Please leave your comment below which one is your favorite. Forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy this video. Thanks for watching.